Hi, it's Jeff. Welcome to another Sibelius 7 video. In today's video, we're going to be mapping out percussion, and I'm also going to show you a simple way to have Sibelius play back a sustained sound on an instrument such as a wind chimes or a rain stick or something like that. Let's start by talking about mapping. In Sibelius, if I were to play this note and write that note, that's typically designated as the bass drum, as you can hear. But suppose I wanted that to be the sound of a different instrument. It's easy to change this. First, I want to select just one measure in my part. This is important, especially if you're working in a piece that has many parts. So just be sure to click one measure in the part that you are wanting to map. Once we've clicked on the staff of the instrument that we want to map, we're going to hit this little drop down arrow where Instruments is. This brings us to the Edit Instruments dialog box. Right now our percussion is highlighted in gray, so it is active. All we need to do is click Edit Instrument right here. Next, we need to click Edit Staff Type. Now we have a list showing what sound is assigned to what note on the staff. Here's the note head that I wanted to change on the first space in my staff. It's currently set to bass drum. What I'm going to do is click Choose Sound. And I am using Sibelius Note Performer. And now I can find the sound that I want. Suppose I want a tam-tam. Now I have a medium tam-tam sound here instead of the bass drum. I've replaced that sound. Click OK. Click OK again. And click Close. And now, if we play this back, we have the sound of a tam-tam instead of the sound of a bass drum. This is especially useful for percussion parts, where there might be several instruments on one staff. Next, I'd like to show you something about sustained notes. Suppose I were writing something for wind chimes. Perhaps the wind chimes are going to play in bar 2, 3, 4, and 5, and they're going to sustain, as if the player is just continuously moving their fingers through the wind chimes. First, I would like to designate this top space note to be my wind chimes. I'm going to need to go ahead and map that. I also want it to be a diamond note head, so I need to map that as well. So again, click one measure in my part, click Edit Instruments, this little corner here. Once again, Edit Instrument, Edit Staff Type, and now we want to click our top staff. Okay, right now this is a tom-tom. I also want to change the note head. Remember, I said I wanted a diamond note head. It's still making a tom-tom sound, so I need to choose the sound. Here we go. And those are my wind chimes. I'm going to click OK, and OK again, and then click Close. Now I can go ahead and put in my wind chime notes. I'm going to do 4 whole notes. Okay, and I'm going to tie them together. That should make the sound sustain, right? Let's find out. There's my tam-tam. As you can hear, that did not give the desired effect. So there's an extra step we need to do if we want this to be a continuous sound. What we'll need to do is click on the first measure where our wind chime part happens, and then click on the last measure of that part. Next, we're going to go to Notations. And under Lines, we're actually going to use a trill. Now listen to it. This sounds like our desired sound of a player moving their fingers continuously through the wind chimes. But we wouldn't really notate it this way with the trill symbol. Well, we're simply going to hide that trill symbol. So under Home, Hide or Show, we're just going to do that. And now it's invisible. It's still going to have the desired effect, as you'll hear, but it won't print out on our part. Of course, we may want to add a glissando mark. Many composers do that. So we'll go back to Notations, and we'll add a wavy glissando. I've seen it done this way sometimes as well. This will not affect the playback. This is more about aesthetics. And of course, as usual, we always want to make sure to label what our instruments are. I normally just use the technique text, which is Control-T, in order to do this. So again, just a simple lesson on how to map your percussion parts, and also how to get a continuous sounding instrument such as wind chimes or a rain stick or something like that to keep playing. I hope this video was helpful. If so, please hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks and take care.